going to start off with flowers. So how do you take care of a flower? Well, obviously you need to give it water, you need to give it sunlight, and it needs love and care. Also, how can we compare this to special education students? So with special education students, obviously they need the attention, the care, and the support from their teachers and their parents and their loved ones and friends. So my brother, he is in special ed, and he's been diagnosed since he was in first grade at my old grammar school. And it was very tough for him to get through his grammar school years. So he started off at a Catholic school that didn't have a special education program. Therefore, it forced him to go to our local CPS school, which it wasn't the best for him because the teachers, what they pretty much did for him is they just gave him the easy stuff and they just passed him along. And then once a new CPS school opened by us, he had to transfer there for his 7th and 8th grade year. During those 2 years, obviously they were using him as a guinea pig because he was a brand new class. So he went through many, you can say, roller coasters. He started off with getting the easy work at first, but then the teachers, they noticed that he wasn't being challenged enough, which was a good thing that they noticed that he wasn't being challenged. But then they were over-challenging him. So that put a lot of pressure on him, and that made him feel, I guess the term, stupid, which he shouldn't have felt that way because, you know, he's just different. He has a very unique way of learning things. So when he was going through school and all that, he went through a lot of bullying too. And because of that, he's just started quitting on school. Like, he didn't want to do his homework, he didn't want to go to school at all, he kept on faking headaches or anything he could do just to avoid school. So when the words from his teacher when his teacher told him that he was going to fail, he started to put more pressure on himself. I need to start doing my homework at this time, I can't have to finish it. Or I need to finish this project and it's with my partner and my partner is never helping me out. So he's constantly putting all this pressure on him, which created him to overstress, have very high anxiety. But luckily he did graduate from grammar school and now he's here at Mushin. Mushin has been giving him a great opportunity. They've been giving him a lot of after school time, helping him a lot with his homework, and they modify his homework perfectly for him. And now he's at a 3.3 GPA, which is incredible for him with his disability. And he's also improved on his Explore and Plan scores. So when I was researching why he and other students haven't been able to, I guess you can say, bloom in their program, there was a lot that came up, and one of the ones that interested me was misdiagnosis. So according to the Chicago Tribune, they interviewed a teacher who went to a public school and she taught special ed. And there was other special ed teachers too, and they've been there for quite a while. And they were saying, and she mentioned how the teachers, they would misdiagnose their students just so they can get the funding that they get to have more students in their program. And what they use that funding for, instead of for the program itself, they would use it for other things. So in her case, they used it towards the athletic program, which wasn't necessary because they obviously needed that funding for the students to get more necessities in books and technology. That way they're able to learn more and be able to get through the years quicker and more easy. And I thought that was very interesting because I know that my brother had a friend in his program that didn't seem like he had a disability, it just seemed like he was very lazy. And the teachers, they needed him to be in the program in order to get more funding. And I don't think that they use that funding for the program itself because, you know, it has been the same since he's been there. Another topic or another article that I read was on this blog from a teacher in Ohio, and she would always talk about her student that was in the 6th grade. He transferred from another school, and they noticed that he has a hard time reading and that his level was very, very low. So they were trying to diagnose him as a special ed student. But because his mom wasn't always there for him, was never helping him throughout the way, or was just not being there like a mother should be, they couldn't get the consent from his mom to put him in a special ed class, which took away all his opportunities from passing the 6th grade. Because of his mom not being there and not being in the meetings that she was supposed to be, he stood back 6th grade, and then again when he was passed on a 7th grade, he had to stay back another year, which was really disappointing, because it wasn't his fault that he was failing, because they couldn't give him what he needed. You can go to the next one. So my solution, because my brother inspired me so much with special education, I decided to major next year in the fall in special education to be a special ed teacher. And I know that from my experience and from what I researched, that I would like to give my brother I would like to give him hope, and also give other students hope that that there is a chance for them, and that there is someone that's going to be there for them. So I know that these students, they need a lot of attention, and they also need a variety of ways of learning, because they're like flowers, they're very unique, and they learn in their own way. So with my brother, he's more of a picture person, so you have to show him everything step by step. There's other students that you need to just read aloud with them and keep on rereading things with them over and over again until it's stuck in their head. So I know when I'm a teacher, I would like to just start off from the beginning with the little kids. Get to know them more, get to know what their strategies are, or their way of comprehending and their way of understanding things. And also, I would like to also bring awareness to when I'm at my school, get a group of us, those that are studying in special ed, to come up with a variety of ideas to get the education system itself to notice that not only is there trouble with the whole charter versus public school, or with ACT scores or plan scores and stuff like that. There's also students that are suffering here, and you're not giving them their attention. And these students, it's not their fault that they have to learn in a certain way, or they need so much attention when they're in class, because that's just the way it happened for them. And because they go through so much in school, and probably at home as well, it just makes it a whole roller coaster for them during school and with their learning time. So back to connecting it with the flower. So special ed kids, because they're so unique, they're like flowers, and you need to care for them a lot. You need to give them as much attention as you need, and you need to just be there for them. The more support you give them, the better they'll achieve. The more care and the more help you give them, they're going to achieve more. So just to end off, will you help special education students?